quite a few people saw this short that I made about a CS2 concept for decluttering maps, and the main reason I made it was to see what the community thought about it. But besides the normal comments making fun of what I said, a lot of players seem to not like or want these changes whatsoever. Now, there are a lot of potential pros that can come with decluttering, like helping to make the game run smoother, for example. But the main reason this concept was made was to help give Valve ideas for making player visibility better. I'm not sure if Valve actually did see this video or not, but they've been rolling out some of these changes silently in recent updates. Like yesterday's update that removed the railing outside of Apartment's balcony on Inferno. It also tweaked that spot on A where the garage door is now closed, exactly the same as the concept. In this video, I want to go over all of the changes made so far, but also why Valve is doing this, because it's really not as bad as some players are thinking. Before I get into everything, as normal, I gotta pay for food, so let me give a shout out to today's video sponsor, SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is hands down one of the best bot trading sites you can use with CSGO skins. Say you want to upgrade some of your current skins, this would be the perfect site to do it with. You can also straight up buy skins too, and with their 35% deposit bonus plus my code, it gives anyone quite a nice balance to work with. There's even free giveaways and rewards for completing simple tasks on the site to help you get even more skins. Get $5 for free now with my link in the description below. I can't lie, it's kind of funny that Valve started adding some of these exact changes even after all of the complaining online, but for those of you who are still getting kind of confused what I mean when I say decluttering, like I said in the intro, it is to help with player visibility, but it's basically where you clean up a map and just get rid of all of the clutter in a lot of ways. So like Inferno, for example, you have these little pots and objects everywhere that are breakable that you can interact with. Potentially removing those or making there be less not only obviously makes the map cleaner, but can potentially make the game run better because it doesn't have all these extra objects it might have to render if you interact with them. Now, we're not talking crazy FPS increases or anything like that, but in general, decluttering a map typically does help it out all around. You do have that group of people though who is highly against these ideas, like they do not want these added to the game. And I think it's mainly because we've waited so long for better graphics for just a better Counter-Strike game that to wait years and years for it and then start playing it and go, oh wait, we should start removing some of these features because they just don't work well. It's kind of frustrating for them. But anyways, if you're wondering what exactly has changed, basically everything that's happened so far has happened to Inferno. And like I mentioned with that garage on A's site, the doors finally closed exactly like the concept. But also exactly like the concept, those barrels that are in that room that used to be called library, they now have these like wooden boards in front of them. This one specifically feels like a really minor difference, but it's gonna make anyone who tries to push A site through here a lot more visible to the players on site. Following those, we have modifications to this little flower indent in the wall right here by arches. And while they didn't remove it entirely, they did make it smaller, so it's basically easier to see above the waist level on player models. Another very simple change, but they actually did the same thing to that same little flower pot indent, whatever you want to call that, on lane side right next to that little balcony. This one's extremely minor because all they did was make it slightly smaller and remove one of the flower pots. Besides that folding chair that used to be there, there's nothing different with this spot. And I'll be honest, I don't know if this small of a change is really going to help. But as I was kind of mentioning before, objects like that pot and that chair, for example, if you interact in game with them, they could cause lag spikes or whatnot because it's extra interactions the game has to render or whatever. I'm not a game dev, so I'm explaining this really badly, but hopefully you guys get what I mean. I know some of you will. Following that though, with this last little change they did, you have this spot here on Banana between the sandbags and B site. And I'll be completely honest, I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be, but that arch indent for those two flower pots, they made that smaller. They also made it slightly brighter, and they removed one of the flower pots as well. That pole or whatever that's right in the middle, that got removed. And then I believe that drop down was made a little less exaggerated so that you couldn't run into it and just get stuck. It does look like they did that too. Might not be 100% right there, but anyways, that's the changes that have happened so far that are very, very similar to this concept video. I'll be completely honest, I do know there are other changes actively being made to the other maps in Counter-Strike at the minute, but I'm not sure if they've started decluttering those yet. Right now, I'm really only seeing Inferno examples, but if you guys are noticing any of the other maps getting anything like this, definitely let me know down in the comments. Anyways, with all that said, if you guys did make it this far in the video, definitely make sure you guys drop a like and of course subscribe if you're new. And other than that, now whatever video is showing on your screen, the YouTube algorithm thinks you'd like, so do me a favor and go check it out.